Welcome back, everyone. Remember last year's Bears offense? Wish we could forget it. Last in the league in total yards, second to last in passing, easily the most sacks allowed in the league. The list goes on and on. But Ben Johnson has vastly improved that side of the ball. I don't think that's debatable. And no one's benefited from that more than Caleb Williams. So let's start with our resident quarterback. Jim, what has stood out to you the most about Caleb's growth this season?
Well, I think he's accepted hard coaching. I think I was there in training camp. He was struggling mightily. I think the coach had him drinking from a fire hose, meaning he was getting a lot of information and it was overloading him. But then once the season starts, you start to scale it down a little bit, focus on the things that he can do. And I think, during points early in the season, he was still struggling in situations. Intentional grounding that can set your team back where you're not staying on schedule. If you watch him now, he takes command of the huddle. He's up there. He's audibling plays now at the line of scrimmage. He's taking command. He's in control of situations. He's aware of what's going on. He certainly is aware of not taking sacks to put his team back. So I just think overall, the situational play and the awareness and his command, he's leading the offense is what you see. And he's well aware of the situations of what he can and what he can't do. So I give him a lot of credit. He's accepted a lot of hard coaching, and I think he knows he's getting better, and he's going to keep on drinking from that fountain because he knows he's gotten better as a player.
Coach, how hard is it for a coach to deliver that kind of hard coaching, and how impressive is it to you that Caleb has accepted it?
Yeah, I don't think there was any option with Ben. I remember last year, guys, in the beginning of the year, we were talking about could Caleb take a snap under center or not? Yeah. It was, that's
because he was mostly shotgun in college,
coach.
maybe exclusively.
But then all we got in the season, and to make him comfortable, we weren't under center much. Everything was a shotgun, and I remember talking to Troy Aikman about the timing was so much better when you're under center. And I think it's made, and that's Ben. Ben is going to be under center. That's the starting point, and there was no question about it. I think it's helped his timing, getting rid of the football, the run game, play action, everything about it. A little point like that, I think, has made a big difference in Caleb's game.
Love to get, Peanut, your perspective here as a defensive back, defending quarterbacks. How have you seen him improve in a way that allows him to he's not do better against these defenses?
He's not taking the sacks. He kind of reminds you of a little bit of Patrick Mahomes, the way he's able to escape half the tackles where he should have got sacked. So I'm really impressed with his maneuverability. I don't even know if that's a word.
But it's a word now.
How he's able to escape these sacks. I think that's really been the biggest improvement that I've seen from him.
Mine is just pre-snap, just what he's been able to do to become a pro quarterback. You were talking about how to take a snap under center. In college, you're taking the clap snap. He's learned everything, and he understands kind of where defenses are lined up. Still think he has some progression to do in understanding what the post-snap is going on with the defense, but I think he just looks comfortable pre-snap. He's getting guys in motion, in and out of the huddle, getting guys to jump off sides, throwing touchdowns to Colson Loveland.
But this is only his second year, too, so I have so much excitement and joy that this is only year 2.
And I think you could argue it's year 1.
And it's a lot of growth.
In many regards. As you guys laid out, last season, the disaster that was going on inside Hallis Hall, it's almost like he's a rookie this year.
It was a massive leap from, we can all agree, from last year to this year. Like, he has done a ton in 1 year, which I don't think a lot of us expected all that to happen so quickly.
You're right. The point that Pat made about him taking control at the line of scrimmage, I think is a great point. I love what you can see his eyes. I used to always tell the quarterback, there's only one guy talking in the huddle. Yeah. When we huddle up, it's you, and you better be calling the play with confidence and with conviction, because everybody, and boy, you watch him in the huddle, he's got command of it.
It takes time to get that, though. Yeah. I'm sure it's easier when you're in college and you got the system, but the NFL, it's a different beast. It's a different monster, man.
Well, Patrick mentioned the sacks, the decrease in sacks. Offensive line was certainly a part of it. It's vastly improved. But how do you feel like that offensive line has really been the foundation for this team's success? Running out of time so quickly.
They're the heartbeat of the team. They're the culture of the team. And what Ryan Poles has done in bringing in some of the free agents and signings, he has built that roster for Ben Johnson as a running team, and I love it.
We've only given up 24 sacks,
Yep.
which we're first in the league. So to me, that's a huge difference in it.
How about how quick Ryan Poles did that? Remember, free agency started and
Tooney, Dalton,
it was-
Jackson.
he
Yeah.
already
All
knew what
hit.
he was doing. He knew what he
All
was.
hit.
He didn't get enough. He doesn't get enough credit. And then we got a rookie starting in Aussie
Yeah.
at the left tackle. That's awesome.
Jim, can we possibly understate what it means for a quarterback to have good offensive line play?
No, you can't. You got to bring in the support system. And with Ben Johnson last year, they ran a lot of 12 personnel. They led the league in rushing in Detroit, and it was by no mistake he was going to do that for the Chicago Bears. He believes in supporting a young quarterback. You need that help, and they targeted the right guys. And Tooney, Jackson was a Pro Bowler up there in Detroit, and Drew Dahlman obviously got paid pretty hefty as a center who comes over as a veteran. So it's a good supporting cast for him. And Darnell Wright has had a nice year.
Kudos to Ryan Poles for some real good moves in the trenches. All right, we're halfway home, but lots more coming up here on Bears Extra. Up next, takeaways, more takeaways. We look at the way the defense has helped this group win the division title. Coming up.